Welcome to Kelley's Korner. Come on in the room, come on in the room. And thank you for joining me at Kelley's Corners today. Today, I wanted to continue to talk about the prophetic. I wanted to just let people know that when you're called to a prophetic office, you are a friend of God. You are a friend of God. God will begin to speak to you about things that you know not of. He reveals to you the secrets of his heart. He reveals to you those things that are dear to his heart. And he will begin to download and upload you information that he will only give to you because you drew close to him. The Bible talks about drawing close to God. He said, if you draw close to me, I would draw close to you. And I feel as though, we've missed in this hour the the sacrecy, the sacred things of God. We've gotten away to carnal ideologies and things that have distorted the true voice of God. Out here, there are so many voices, demons of doctrines, those that have watered down the gospel of Jesus Christ, the sacredcy of his sacrifice, basically. But the true prophet of God will walk with him. It will live a life circumspectly to Christ. God calls that person to himself. And you cannot walk the way others walk. You cannot talk the way others talk. You cannot do the things others do because God called you to himself. You become a friend of God, and he reveals his secrets. Now, again, in my previous posts where I was randomly talking about different things, but mostly the prophetic, um, that call to the office of a prophet is different than just being a prophetic person. A prophetic person, everybody can be prophetic, honestly, because we all have a level of creativity. We all have a level of, God has placed in us his spirit, his giftings, so we all are created in his image, but we have different functionalities. We have different administrations. And I just want to talk about the office of the prophet because that's what I know about. I can't tell you an office, to speak to you about an office of an apostle or anything else. I only, can tell you what I know. And I'm not going to pretend like I know. I mean, I have some knowledge, but I don't have the experience. So I'm just coming to you from experiential what I operate and what God called me to. And it doesn't look like everybody else. We think that the office of a prophet um, gets up every Sunday with a mic and say, "Thus saith the Lord," and that's not necessarily what the office of a prophet does. An office of a prophet, they again, the most important thing for that prophet is to know God, to know his ways, to know his character, to know how he functions, to know what he's doing and what he wants to do, what he wants to do in the world, not just in the church. We got it twisted. We've gotten it twisted. Most prophets do not operate in the church, to be honest. Most prophets are actually some out here rappers, out here in, again, in other industries. So we have to clear our lens of what, uh, the office of a prophet really does. Um, they know the secrets of God. They know his character. They know what he wants to do in a person's life. And again, it's not all about getting up um, on Sunday morning with a prophetic team saying, "Thus saith the Lord." Some prophets never even prophesied, you know, but some do. Again, that's the difference between having, the gift of prophecy, or when the spirit of prophecy come upon a person, because the spirit of prophecy can come upon anybody, man, woman, boy, or girl. The spirit of prophecy is the spirit that's free to speak the intentions of God. I wanted to just come on and say this little bit because we've got confused, because what we've seen, how how we built our churches, and how we have prophetic teams, but most of the times prophets, some prophets, I'll just say some, because there are some prophets that are on prophetic teams, but some of them are not. Some of them are sitting in the background looking and observing, to seeing how to function, how to administer things. um Prophets are administration, that have a strong gift of administration, and a strong gift of helps. So sometimes you'll see a prophet, you know standing on a greeters team, or on the usher board, if they even have usher boards anymore, I don't know. But as a greeter, they're not always on the prophetic team, because truly, if you are truly a prophet, you really don't want to be seen, honestly. Not saying people on prophetic teams, because I was on a prophetic team, but I was forced. I had to get that extra, you know, push to do stuff like that, because I didn't like public speaking. I didn't like being in front of people. I still don't, honestly. That's why I got a YouTube channel behind the scenes. And I'm goofy too. For those that really know me, know I am goofy. Um, some misinterpret my goofiness, but it's okay. I've been misinterpreted anyway, like I shared with you all anyway. But I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. But I wanted to just to encourage people. It's okay. Again, um, God reveals his secrets to a prophet, and he is your friend. God is your friend. So you will live a life of isolation most of the time. God will always have you go through a season of isolation, where you isolate yourself, or he isolates you. And I know how to do both. I know when God needs to isolate me and I be obedient and and I go away with him, and I know how to isolate myself. I know how to pull back too. But I just want people to know that you don't see a lot of prophets. You do not see um, in the public eye. Not like we've been seeing them. Everybody a prophet, everybody an apostle, and everybody's not. There is few, far and few, that God would grace with that office. In the office of a prophet today it does not look like the office of the prophet of yesterday. So knowing that we need to we need to first righteously and rightly identify prophets. Um, they have those revelatory gifts of discernment, of words of knowledge, words of wisdom, and knowing how to sometimes even interpret dreams and visions. They are visionaries, they are dreamers. And those things come through Holy Spirit and being that friend of God. When you Moses was a friend of God, Abraham was a friend of God. You know, when your best friend, who you can speak to and who will speak back to you and reveal to you, like with open visions, the secret things that you want to go and tell people, but God said, no, that's between me and you. And this is what you need to pray. This is how you pray. Um, it's not so much you in the public eye, and you do demonstrate though the power of God. Um, you do make sure that when the Lord does allow that prophet who holds that office to speak, that word will not fall to the ground. It will manifest. It will produce fruit. And that's why we have to be so careful being in that office of a prophet, what we say out of our mouth, because it will manifest, good or bad. It will manifest. And I've learned that. Um, so I just wanted to just put a little information out here of what I experience, and what my experience is some maybe somebody's totally, someone else's experience differently. But because I walked my walk in my path, then I'm just sharing you from my perspective of what I know about that office. And surely, you know, everybody is not called to that office. And there is a great responsibility, and you are held accountable to souls, you know. I just wanted people to know that every prophet is not in a pulpit with a mic in their hand prophesying. Every prophet is not in the four corners of that church. I just want to just put that out there as much as I can, because the clergy have misrepresented God and the call of God on people's lives, and those that were mishandled and they were true, held a true office of a prophet, you know, God always have a way to bring restoration to that person. And I'm one of those that, where I told you guys before that I was shunned in the church. I was persecuted, in the church. Um, a lot of people mistook my personality because I love to have fun and joke around, and took something I was saying jokingly and spreaded it as I was preaching it as gospel. But all is well. All is well. I look back and I can laugh at some stuff now, but I cried back then. I'm not gonna lie. I cried. I shed some tears because I loved the church. I loved my leaders. I was committed and faithful to them. But, you know, were they faithful and committed to you? No. But I just wanted to just come out here again, just to make people aware that we need to honor God in every person that He placed on this earth, because He blew His spirit in all of us. No one is better than the other. We might think we're better, or, let me take that back, because someone else may have more knowledge than you. I know there are people that may be more knowledgeable than me and have more experience than me, and I do not take that as downplaying who I am, because once you know who you are, you know who you are. Once God revealed it time and time again, even when you question, you know, who you are, when God say, "Hey, this is who I made you to be," so be that. Be the way I made you to be. Don't be like nobody else. You cannot be duplicated. You cannot be imitated. Just be who you are. But I just wanted to people to know that every prophet is not in the house of God. They out here rapping. Some of them out here rapping. some of some of them are out there in Walmart being a greeter, a cashier. Some are out doing other things, producing. If you have that gift of those administrating gifts, those gifts of knowledge and wisdom in discerning the spirits, those things that's revelatory, um, an awesome gift of revelation and wisdom and understanding and interpretation, um, then more than likely, um, you you hold that administrating office, but you don't necessarily have to be in the church, and you don't necessarily have to be on a prophetic team saying thus said the Lord every Sunday. And the thing is that God is not going to say anything different if we don't obey the first word He gave us. So a lot of things we just recycling with, getting up saying every Sunday is a lot of recycled words, because if we don't obey the first word, He's not going to give us another instruction or command until we obey the first word and complete that assignment. He's not going to move on to the next. He's a teacher, and he will repeat Himself until we get it. There is a God is repetitive, and His Holy Spirit he comes and teaches and guides us. But if we don't get the lesson, if we don't complete the course, then we're going to have to repeat the course. So I just want to just come out here and just say my little, what I know about the office and the spirit of prophecy. The spirit of prophecy comes on everyone, on everyone. So those that feel left out, just get in the presence of God. When the spirit of prophecy come upon you, because Jesus Christ, he is the spirit of prophecy. So if you get in your word, stay in your word, the spirit of prophecy will come upon you, and you'll be able to proclaim and prophesy the word of the Lord. So thank you for coming into Kelley's Korner today. I appreciate you. I pray for you. You pray for me. God bless. Bye now. Thank you for coming in the room. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed day.